Hey gorgeous, it's Ker-leen. Thank you so much for tuning back into my channel. In today's video, I'll be sharing some fragrances in my perfume collection that I feel are perfect for colder weather. We've started to get just a little bit of cold weather over here where I live, and these are some fragrances that I have lined up to wear. I've been so excited to find my way back to these fragrances because I live in a warmer climate, and these are fragrances I feel really perform in colder weather, and they really cut through those cold and windy conditions. So if you're interested in hearing all about these fragrances, then please keep watching. Hi friend, thank you so much for tuning back in for another video. I hope that whenever you're watching this, you're doing amazing. I'm so excited to jump in. But before we do, I want to greet those of you who may be new here. On this channel, I talk luxury, I do review videos, I share my fragrance journey, and I also sprinkle in a little bit of lifestyle. So if any of those things sound good to you, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and also be sure to turn on that notification bell so you know exactly when my videos drop. All right, let's get into it. The first fragrance I have here today is Lattafa's Khamra Kawa. This is a fragrance that I introduced to my collection, I think last fall and winter, and I could not wait for the weather to cool down again for me to really be able to enjoy it because I feel like it warmed up just as soon as I picked this fragrance up, and I've been so excited about coming back to it. It's just such a masterpiece sort of a fragrance. Now, I still wear this fragrance in the evenings, even when it's warm. I was still wearing it because it's just so beautiful, but this is a heavy hitter beast mode type of scent, and so it's perfect for cold weather. This is just gorgeous. What I love about this fragrance is that the spice kind of meets me. There's such a gorgeous spice in here. This smells so expensive, y'all. This is a warm, spicy type of scent. And like I said, the spice meets my nose first. This has just the most beautiful blend of cardamom and cinnamon and a little splash of ginger. And then you get into those really sweet and sticky notes like the praline and the candied fruits. And then this has a coffee undertone, but this is not your typical coffee that you pick up at the grocery store. This is a beautiful Arabic coffee. The base of this fragrance is super duper rich and resinous and sweet and vanilla. And this is one of those fragrances that is a beautiful performer. This will last over 10 hours on my clothes. It'll still be on my clothes when I go to wash them. And it projects for like 6 to 8 hours. So when I wear this, I don't go in with a lot of sprays. I don't overspray this one because this one performs. It projects, it lasts, it's gorgeous. This is one I would highly recommend. It's not too sweet. So if you don't like really sweet fragrances, this is not like super duper sweet, but it does give you some sweetness, some vanilla, some amber. It gives you some spices, a little bit of coffee. It's a beautifully blended fragrance and it smells so expensive. This one is Lattafa's Khamra Kawa. The next fragrance I have here is another spice bomb, but in the best way possible. It's such a gorgeous fragrance and a new discovery for me, and one that I have not been able to put down. Oh, this one, it's just so good. This is Lush's Turmeric Latte. This one comes in a body spray and a perfume. I opted for the perfume. I felt like I would enjoy the perfume a lot more, and this is surprisingly very long lasting. This projects at more than an arm's length for 3-4 hours, and it lasts for over 6 hours. I'm so impressed by the performance on this one. When I first sprayed this one, I smelled spice and milk. So this does have a milky undertone. If you don't enjoy lactonic fragrances, you may not enjoy the opening of this one because I do feel like in the opening it is pretty lactonic, and then you get that beautiful spice. Now, the spice in here is turmeric, but my nose interprets it much differently. My nose interprets it as maybe a mixture of cloves, cinnamon, nutmeg, maybe even a little cardamom. That's how my nose interprets this. This is very spice forward, but it's also, like I said, lactonic and vanillic. It's resinous, there's benzoin in here. So this is a beautifully crafted fragrance and perfect for those cold days because this is going to project, it's going to cut through that cold weather, and it's going to last, surprisingly. So this is Lush's Turmeric Latte. The next one I have here is Rifakat by Paris Corner. This is supposed to be a dupe for Baby Cat by YSL. And while I've never smelled Baby Cat, this is so luxe. It's a little animalic, it's a little woody, slightly earthy, it's sweet but not too sweet. It's everything that people describe the original fragrance to be. This is also an amazing performer in cold weather. I don't go in with a lot of this because, like Hamra Kawa, this one is beastly. It will last on your clothing forever, and it projects at more than an arm's length for several hours. Rifakat has a very strong opening. You get that black pepper. To my nose, I pick up the black pepper that's at the top of this fragrance. This also has like this rich kind of resinous, slightly earthy feel when you first spray it out, and that lasts throughout the wear for me. This is, I would say, a very resinous and balsamic forward fragrance because you have the elemi at the top and then you have olabanum at the mid. I don't really pick up saffron a ton when I wear this. This is mostly earthy, slightly resinous, a little woody, and vanillic to my nose. At the base, there is a gorgeous vanilla and cedarwood. So this one, just like Hamra Kawa, is very unisex and very grown up and sexy in my opinion. And this one, like I stated before, puts me in the mind of smelling vanilla inside of a study or a library with a lot of old books. That's kind of what I get with this fragrance. It's hard to describe it. Then there's this animalic touch to this fragrance. Like, I get all of that when I smell this. It's so interesting, so unique, so captivating, a very, very unisex fragrance. So if you like your more feminine leaning scents, this is not it. This is something I consider straight down the middle, perfect for any and everyone. It's gorgeous. It smells so expensive, but it's so affordable. This is Rifakat by Paris Corner. This next one is another expensive smelling fragrance, another beast mode scent that is perfect for the cold weather. This is NOAB by Pandora, a Paris Corner line of fragrances. So this one is supposed to be a dupe for Arabian's Tonka. I've done a video talking all about that, so I'm not going to spend too much time here, but just know this is an amazing dupe. I think it's a lot more wearable because the original is nuclear, but this one holds its own as well because it is a beast mode scent. It cuts through the cold weather. It's absolutely gorgeous. I think this one is also a little bit sweeter. What I love about this fragrance is it opens up with saffron. I feel like that adds a touch of elegance and it really elevates the scent profile. So it's more than just like a woody, rosy fragrance. There is a saffron in here. Additionally, there is sugar in here. There's a sugarcane note at the base of this fragrance. There's amber, there's tonka beans. So it has a really rich, sweet, creamy base, which I absolutely love. And I also love that the rose is very, very wearable in this fragrance. So if you're not big on like rose and you're not big on oud, I feel like this is a nice entry point to oudy and rosy fragrances. It's so much more wearable than the original and so affordable. This is going to be in heavy rotation for me this winter. I love this fragrance. This is Noix d'Arabie by Pandora, which is a Paris Corner fragrance. Now, I could not do this video without talking about this fragrance, its perfection in a bottle. This is Grand Soir or Grand Soir by MFK. This is like a liquid gold in a bottle with a little bit of sweetness. To me, this is just liquid luxury. It's so good. They do have a smaller size in this fragrance, so if you want to try this fragrance out, it does come in something a little smaller than the 2.5 ounce. And although pricey, I say this is worth every penny. If you love really rich, warm, ambery, slightly woody, slightly sweet type of scents, more unisex type of scents, if you love your bold and maybe even beast mode scents, then this is definitely one to check out and possibly add to your fragrance collection. There aren't that many notes in this fragrance. It's a very simplistic fragrance, but I do think there are some notes that they're not listing, that they're holding back, because this is just so amazing. It does have a lavender. It does have more of like a masculine touch at the opening, but if you let this start to dry down, after about the first 10-15 minutes, you get the most rich, sweet, comforting, cozy, and luxurious amber that you've ever smelled. It's so beautiful. I've talked about this one a ton. I'll link another video here for you, but this one is Grand Soir by MFK. This next one has not gotten a lot of love from me at all because it is so rich and dense that I just could not enjoy it because it started to warm up almost as soon as I picked this one up. This is SHAGA UT TOnka by Swiss Arabian. In a nutshell, what I love about SHAGA UT TOnka is there's that nuttiness to this fragrance and a sugary sweetness, and it's rich rich and creamy, but it also has a subtle freshness. Like there's a brightness to this fragrance all at the same time. That being said, this is still a heavy hitter type of scent. It's going to last all day long. It's going to project for 3-4 hours at more than an arm's length. And you're going to be smelling this fragrance on you the whole entire day. This will still be on your clothes when you take them off and you get ready to launder them. That's how strong this one is. It is amazing. This is one of those Arabian scents where the price did not go down that much, and that's probably because it smells so expensive and luxurious. This is supposed to be a dupe for a BDK fragrance,
Velvet Tonka.
I've never smelled that one, but y'all, this is so good. Smells so expensive. What I love is this gives you a little bit of everything. If you like nutty fragrances, there's an almond in here. It's also vanillic. It's sugary sweet. There is a little spice in here. There's a cinnamon at the mid of this fragrance. Now, I don't get a ton of florals in here, but there is a floral component in this fragrance. And then at the base, it gets woody. There's the tonka and the vanilla. Absolutely beautiful. And to my nose, like I said, I pick up a sugariness. It's like a sugar crusted almond with spice and vanilla and a little woody backdrop. This is one that I cannot wait to wear again because it's a cold weather fragrance for me, for sure. Yeah, it's so beautiful and I cannot wait to wear it. This is SHAGA UT TOnka by Swiss Arabian. And the last fragrance I have here is more of an honorable mention because it is not a winter type of fragrance. Although I am of the mind that you can wear whatever you want year round. I do feel like depending on your climate, some fragrances may work better than others. This fragrance is generally speaking a spring summer type of scent. However, for me, for some reason, I quite enjoy this when it's cold. And it's probably because I picked this fragrance up when it was cold. I got this fragrance as a gift from hubby for our anniversary and it was cold that day. So I think maybe I have associated it with cold weather, but it's also a very potent fragrance. And the fragrance I'm talking about is Attrape-Rêve by Louis Vuitton. This is a very potent fragrance and it's become even more potent the longer I've had it. I've had it for a couple of years now and it is super duper strong. It's a gorgeous fragrance. While this fragrance opens up very fresh and juicy, floral, very bright with the lychee and the ginger combination, it does develop into a very rich and strong floral and cacao with the patchouli at the base really bolstering the projection and the longevity. This fragrance clings to your clothing for eternity and it projects very strongly, more than an arm's length, for several hours. This is a heavy hitter type of scent for me personally, and I quite enjoy it when I want something floral on cooler days. So to me, this is a beautiful cold weather fruity floral fragrance. Absolute perfection, and it performs. It's not going to let me down when I have it on. As a matter of fact, I might be wearing this today. Something else I want to do with this one is I want to mix it with like chocolate fragrances. So I recently picked up Tiramisu Cocoa by Zamaya. I talked about it in a recent video. I'm thinking about layering it with this fragrance today because I want to bring out the cacao note that's in this fragrance a little bit more, add some more warmth and vanilla to this fragrance. So I'm thinking about layering it. I'm gonna test the combination first before I layer it on my body and see how it goes, and I'll report back. But this is an amazing fragrance, pricey, but to me it's more like a collector's item, so to speak. It's just a beautiful bottle and fragrance to have in my perfume collection, one that I come back to whenever it's cold. And this is a perfect date night type of scent as well. Over the years, it has gotten stronger, so this is not something I typically reach for in my climate during the spring and summer, but it is a springtime, summertime fragrance as well. So this is Louis Vuitton's Attrape-Rêve. All right, gorgeous. Thank you so much for still being here. If you enjoyed the video and if it was helpful to you, don't forget to give it a like on your way out. And also let me know down in the comments your cold weather fragrances. What are some of the fragrances you've been reaching for when it's really cold that have great performance and smell absolutely amazing? I would love to know. If you're not subscribed but you enjoy fragrance content, I make a lot of it here. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button and turn on your notifications so you never miss another video. Before I go, I just want to remind you that you are absolutely beautiful. Don't ever forget that. I will be over here reflecting on the same. Thank you so much for watching this video. I will see you in the next one very soon. Bye.